Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back, The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if it's chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working. 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 Don't mix me with politics. I hear the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fixed. Man, I come for some kicks. Can leave the bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still giving it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them the little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get Jackie.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river
Hey, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome.
We're ready to go with Courdel Jones. You know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9. Bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Coming to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today. We'll keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly, Courdel Jones. It is the 11th of November, 2024. Morning to all the persons across the diaspora. Morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We had the Remembrance Day activities, which took place over the weekend as well. So it was well attended and well viewed on the social media platforms. For those persons in the comment section, I don't know what's going on, but Facebook not posting y'all names. It's all I've seen is Facebook user. I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg changed something again, but everybody that's viewing on Facebook, the name's now showing up, just Facebook user. I have been receiving some complaints, I should say, persons reporting their live and things like that. What are we gonna do? We're here still, nevertheless. So morning to all the persons in the comment section. If you don't hear your name, most likely you're commenting from Facebook, and I cannot see the name. It just says Facebook user. Right, so all the persons joining us on Facebook, morning to you. Please share the live. Make sure you like and follow Livewire News and Livewire TV on Facebook, and like, share, and subscribe to Livewire TV on YouTube as well. Right, Derek Drupal, morning to you. Eunice Raghubir and Rita, morning to you guys joining us from Canada. Who else we are from YouTube? Alan Khan, morning to you. Joan Abidjan, joining us from Canada as well. Dude Not joining us from Toronto. Suknandan Bud, morning to you. Who else we got from on YouTube? Salome, morning. Estelle Ramnat, morning to you. Sarah Mosley, morning to you. Jagnarine Edwards. Chris, good morning. Rahima Morali, morning to you. And that's it, folks. I cannot see the other names there. I know for sure Pam is here. So Pam, morning to you and Trevor, Sally Jones, Ronald Jones joining us. I can see you on YouTube, by Joseph Satar. Good morning to you. Watching from beautiful Barbados. This has to either be, is it Jusore Bodram? One out of the two. But morning to everybody. Welcome to the show. As you would have seen in the flyer before, we will be hearing from the chairperson for region number 2, Ms. Velma De Silva, and she'll be signing in with us shortly. Before that, though, I wanted to touch on, I just had a look at this video of the student at President's College. Yeah, I promise. Well, I see you here on WhatsApp. Yeah, so I just had a look at the video with the student from President's College, lamenting about his experience in this school system, and what he went through as a student in relation to how his teachers would have been interacting with him and the other students there. I think it was at President's College. And it just goes to show you that's just one account. And I am not saying that this is an indictment on all teachers, but it just goes to show you what some of our students are actually going through in their day-to-day interactions with teachers. The sad part about it is that the young man had several stories about several teachers. So it wasn't a case where it was just one teacher he had a bad experience with and he was just sharing those thoughts. It was, oh Lord, just a second, folks. No. Yeah, so sorry about that. So as I was saying, he was lamenting his experience with some of these teachers there. And that just goes to show you what some of our students are dealing with. Again, this is not an indictment on all teachers, but it is a serious. Okay, guys, y'all hearing me? Somebody said the thing, the mic not working. Yeah, I stopped for a minute, but just checking to see if you guys hearing me. All right, good. So I see people saying loud and clear and yes. So like I was saying, so I saw some persons from the opposition attacking the young man, talking about how they were in their school days and they never questioned teachers and, you know, basically attacking the young man, right? You cannot dictate people's experiences. What spoke volumes to me as well is when the young man gave account of these experiences that he and his fellow students would have went through. And as he called the various names, so it's not a case where this man was making wild claims without any evidence to back it up or scenarios to back it up. The man called names and he said, well, look, this is how this person operates. And you heard the students in the back cheering in support. So it wasn't a case where they were like, boo, no, you're lying on the teacher. No, the students were in agreement. So clearly, this young man wasn't lying, right? Clearly, this young man wasn't lying. And I am almost sure those teachers would have been operating in that manner. Some of them would have been out on the picket line when the GTU was acting up, right? Demanding more money. So when you're demanding more money for your teaching services and persons at President's College getting that kind of service from the teachers, what are we to say? What are we to say? Teachers in Guyana were comparing their salaries to first world countries and other places around the world. Do you think teachers would be able, multiple teachers in one school in a first world country like the United States or UK or Canada or wherever you want, Trinidad or wherever you want to go to, would be able to get away with that? In some cases, teachers sending photograph with stuff for them to read or come in there for a couple of minutes. Or in one case, the guy said a teacher told them, what? Whether he teach or teach not, or something to that effect. he would be paid at the end of the month, right? I am hoping that the Ministry of Education opens an investigation into these claims made by the student. And if they are found to be true, I'm hoping that all of those teachers that would have exhibited that sort of behavior are fired. I'm hoping that happens. There may be people that might not agree with me, but I'm saying that is, in my view, a dereliction of duty, right? If all that young man said, the valedictorian, and imagine that, he would have had to perform above the rest of the students in the farm. He would have had to well, this is how I'll actually know who commented. So this is a comment from Deshaun, right? These teachers need to be held accountable, right? These teachers need to be held accountable. So I am hoping that the Ministry of Education does initiate a formal investigation, and those teachers who would have neglected those students, some teacher who teach in advanced maths or something, the guy said the guy is a brilliant maths teacher, but he doesn't know to interact or communicate with students. That speaks volumes to me. And you want to be paid more? You want to be paid more when these students now have to, and parents have to know, the guy said it, they had to now go and find outside lessons. You understand? Find outside lessons to up themselves or make themselves ready for their exams so that he could have performed well as well as he did, right? So that was one thing I wanted to touch on. The second thing before the chair gets here, I noticed a video online with David Hines speaking about persons lamenting to him that they at one point went to school with these Indian persons, and after school, the Indian person got sawmill and this and that, and the Afro-Guyanese person catching the ass, as David Hines put it, catching the ass, doing some security work or some public service work. Oh boy. Look, so I don't even know where to start with that. I don't even know where to start with that. Because to me, it's beyond racist. It's beyond racist. So apparently, Afro-Guyanese are currently only doing security jobs and working in the public service. There are no Afro-Guyanese entrepreneurs. There are no Afro-Guyanese sawmill owners. And there are no Afro-Guyanese that are doing well in Guyana right now. Right? According to David Hines. I am also, when I looked at the video, I'm thinking to myself, so wait, these Indo-Guyanese that David Hines or whoever tell David Hines about, they were poor growing up, and then all of a sudden they find money to open a sawmill. Really? Is it that these persons might have had a sawmill in the family that passed down generation to generation? Probably. I often wonder how these people assess things. And if we could have an assessment that doesn't have these racist overtones in it, you know? Black people catching their ass doing security work and public service work. And that Indians are, what was it? Let me find the video here. Let me find the video. Let me look at it quick. We waiting on the chair for Region 2 to get here. Let me find this video quick and let me look at it. It's crazy. Really and truly, I don't understand David Hines. I don't understand a lot of them, but oh boy. All right. Let me go.
Indian man. A lot of people tell me they go to school with Indians in Guyana. All them go to school together. And when they run into them 5-6 years after they left school, Indian man owns sawmill. Indian boy own this. You own that business. And they busting the ass to be a security guard or to be a government worker.
I can't stand this. Look, I really and truly, I can't stand these people. It is so vexing sometimes to hear people like David Hines talk. So, according to David Hines, once a group of people go to school together, or under a WP administration or a AP, a new AFC administration, when a group of people go to school together, all of them should come out on the same level. Chair, I see you logged in, but your camera or your mic is not connected. So you need to check your connection. Right? Could you believe it? Could you believe it? It's the government's fault that people may go to school. And mind you, there's no one particular race that does guard work or works in the public service. Indeed, the public service is dominated by Afro-Guyanese. But that wasn't because all those Afro-Guyanese couldn't find work. If you look at how the public service, the Guyana Police Force, the Guyana Defense Force were populated in the early days of Guyana, you'd understand why. Right? So let's be fair. Guys, give me a second. Let me call the chair. See if I could help her with the login.
We're ready to go with Courdel Jones. You know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9. Bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way.
Yeah, guys, as I was saying, so the chair is working out some technical difficulties, so we'll have her here shortly. And don't worry, we'll go over time so that the chair has enough time to let us know what's going on in Region 2, Pomeroon Supernam, right? Back to this retard. So as I was saying, is it David Hines is saying that everybody that goes to school together comes out of school at the same level? Carla, good morning. Hello. Go ahead.
Can you go from
I'm barely hearing you.
Can you do a comparison of the United States of the Afro-Guyanese and the Indian Guyanese and see who is progressing more than who?
Those who are in the United States?
Afro Guyanese and the Indo Guyanese in the United States.
Uh-huh.
And let's see who is progressing more in it.
I don't know how I'm gonna get the information to make that comparison between Afro and Indo Guyanese and the Americans in America to see who's progressing more than who. I
Actually behind it. Actually behind it.
well I we might have to do that for real. Ask David Heights because I don't know how to assess that. Anyway, so listen, they have cases where they can have students who would have had the experience of the young man at President's College, neglect of teachers, so they mightn't perform well. They might have students like the young man at President's College who get neglected, but the family invests more time and they pay for classes and lessons and that kind of thing to assist them. And then there are those who can't afford it. There are those who skylarking in school and in class. You understand? So how is this chalked up to Indian and Afro Guyanese? Are they Indian security guards? I know a few. They don't have Indians working in the, or Indo Guyanese working in the public service. What David Hines basing this assessment on?
And you have to tell them that there is privilege in Guyana today in being Indian.
So, okay, wait. So if an Afro Guyanese who has the resources, because opening a sawmill is not nothing you can do with $100,000. So if an Afro Guyanese who has the resources tries to open a sawmill, David Hines is saying to us that this won't happen. Chair, I see the devices look like they're connected. If you could turn on the camera and the mic, I'll bring you on. So I know you're ready. Right? Is this what he's trying to say? That Afro Guyanese with the right resources will not be able to open a sawmill if they want to, open a business if they want to? What privilege do Indo Guyanese have over Afro Guyanese in terms of opening a business in Guyana? If it is a case like certain quarters in this country like to lament about, 23 years of PPP leadership, PPP administrations in Guyana, they say this is what propelled Indo Guyanese ahead of Afro Guyanese. So what about the 28? Clearly they weren't doing something correct. Right, Chair, your camera's on. We look like we're ready. Right, guys? Anyway, so I'll deal with this another day. Let's get on with today's programming. Guys, I have none other than the Honorable Velma de Silva, the chairperson for Region Number 2. Let me welcome her on screen. Chair, morning to you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us about what's been happening in your region. And I must say a lot has been happening there. How are you?
Good morning, Courdel. I'm very good. I'm happy to be part of your program this morning. Like you rightly said, lots have been happening in our beautiful region, and we are proud of all the progress and success that we have thus far.
So, Chair, I did notice on the Facebook page, they did have Remembrance Day celebrations in the region. Before we get into the development aspect of what's happening in Region 2, just give us a little rundown of what took place in relation to Remembrance Day in the region.
Well, actually, Courdel, we have this as an annual event. Remembrance, it's close to our heart because, you know, of course, all the persons that serve and serve selflessly, it's indeed, we have to honor them.
Right.
So we have our normal marches with the soldiers, the police, and the joint services, actually. And of course, we have the lane of wreath and, of course, gratitude from the different agencies, the township,
Right.
the RDC. So
Yeah.
that was yesterday's activity.
Excellent. Excellent. Now let's jump into some infrastructure and community development. Now, we've been hearing a lot about the charity market wharf rehabilitation. Could you give us an update on the progress in relation to this charity market wharf and the anticipated benefits that it will bring to local vendors and the community there in Region 2?
So first of all, Cordell, let me find out. We did a 16 million project there.
Mhm.
However, we still have in the pipeline a bigger wharf development, which
Right.
will come on in 2025. But
Right.
for now, because of course, you know, the farmers from the Pomeroon to have access to load and offload their produce normally would be challenging.
Right.
However, we have spent 16 million and we have constructed a new wharf where the farmers don't have to pay this exorbitant sum to load
Right.
and offload. So that has brought tremendous benefits to them.
Right, right. Now, what about the road networks there in Region 2? The last time I was there, which was quite some time back, I saw a lot of roads being done, resurfaced and things like that. Talk to us about connectivity in terms of the road network and improvements in that aspect.
Well, I must say, Cordell, it is marvelous. I must
Mm.
say, because when I took office in 2020, I had proposed that my vision is to see all of our streets and access road completed.
Right,
However, I could recall in a brief chat with my president, he said, Vilma, you caught me off guard there. I said, Prezi, we can do it. So he said, well, let's see how much we can do. And I'm proud to say, thus far, we have completed over two-thirds of the needed streets and roads that we have in Region 2. So we have a minimal amount that can likely be completed in 2025. However,
right,
we have seen the development which hadn't any road. That's the Lima Sands area. We had to do that in phases, of course. We
right,
did phase 1, 2, 3. We are at phase 4. The amount of kilometers that we did there, I think the surplus, we will have that in another phase to be done.
right.
But I can tell you that brought great relief to the residents of Lima Sands, because every single time the rain falls, I get complaint, RC, holes, the road
Yeah,
slushy, and I can tell you they are high in praise for us, because that road has extended beyond the schools and the health center there, and even the outpost that we have there.
yeah.
So
I think
that's great
that
relief.
that outpost in Lima Sands is new too as well, right?
Yes, yes, it's a new
Right, right. Now, RC, I want to jump over to education. So, the ministry has taken some significant steps to improve school infrastructure and resources. And recently, in this photo here, the minister was in the region, I think, to commission a new library at one of the schools. Tell us
yeah.
a bit about education and the improvements in terms of infrastructure, resources, and education delivery. In region 2.
Well, I must say, Cordell, I had to commend our education minister on all that she has done. Of course, not only in Region 2, but across the
Mm.
country. Hence, Region 2, we have benefited, of course, from the library. Now it's a new initiative, which was not, it was functioning, but not at the pace now, because, of course, she has engaged with new books and the revitalization of the actual use of libraries in school,
Mm.
because this will bring encourage our children to read more, because you know, if you have our thought on these social media device, sometimes you don't even know what the children are looking at as a parent.
Right,
But when
right,
you have the library in school and they sit with their books, you know exactly that they're doing their research there. So
right,
this will definitely bring huge changes to the education sector in the region. And of course, for the infrastructural work that you are asking about, every single school in our region, we have an excess of 82 schools in our region, and
Right.
lots of rehabilitation work has been going on. And of course, we have seen for the first time where we hadn't any nursery school, we have the construction of a new Tapakoma Lake nursery. We have the Mashabo nursery. They hadn't
Right.
any school, and we have the construction of a brand new school also in the mainstay area, primary school. So
Right.
works have been ongoing. Of course, I don't want to we have the school feeding program, which is a great initiative, the cash grant program to assist parents and children. And of recent
Right.
now, she only last week she came and did a, but that's the minister, the launch of the mathematics program for
I was
the,
gonna ask that.
yes,
What are
yes.
your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that is an excellent initiative because, of course, the type of support given to each child in the grade 10 and 11, it's a package from the ministry in the value of $50,000, where they have the geometry set, their reading material, and everything that has to do with
Right.
CXC maths. And I like how she said it to both parents and children. It is only 40 minutes of your precious time daily in maths that can bring you success at CXC. It's not hard. And of course, the program that she has, the online program and the radio program that she has with the teacher that is teaching the maths, the way he deliver. Because
Right.
sometimes with the curriculum, and if the teachers doesn't have the necessary skills to deliver, that can be challenging. But I tell you, I can't remember his name offhand, the
Is this
teacher,
Sir
but
Leon?
Sir Leon, yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
He is doing an excellent job, and his programs are Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. and on Sundays at 5 p.m.
Nice.
So
Nice.
children can be glued to their device to look at Sir, and you can even, what she also explained, if you don't have the time to complete it, you can download it and look at it in your own time. So I think I said, I don't know what more our children need, but I'm very, very much satisfied with the Ministry of Education and all the work that they have been doing for our beautiful region. And this is not limited to the persons who only lives on the coastline.
Right.
It's also in the riverine community because, of course, we have the hubs where at the schools and the health centers you can go if you don't have enough money to buy data. You can
Right.
go and download free.
Nice.
So I think it's an excellent initiative for a region in terms of education.
No, Chair, you mentioned health centers there just now. Now, Region 2 has seen upgrades in medical facilities and health centers. Talk to us a bit about these improvements and, some of these changes and how will they impact the healthcare delivery in the riverine areas, the Pomeroon and on the coast there, in Region 2.
Well, of course, too, similar to education, health too is very on top, or Minister of Health is very on top of things where it comes to delivery of health services in our region. Of
Right.
course, we have seen the building of a brand new hospital, and of course, it starts with training of our nurses. So
Yeah.
for the first time, we will have the training of nurses done right here in Region 2. We are
Nice.
building the training center to the tune of over 900 million it will cost, but we will have our own training center on a yearly basis. All the persons wants to go into the health sector in terms of training for nurses, that training will be offered right there. So they can
Right.
remain in the comfort of their homes and have the training done right there. So, and for the health post, of course, we try to upgrade in terms of having seating accommodation, comfortable for patients go in, and of course, when they go there, they can get the services of all the little drugs that they might need. We have that. We don't, first of all, let me say, we don't have a shortage like some media would peddle sometimes that we have shortage in the region. We don't have
Right.
any shortage. If any health post has a shortage, maybe that person did requisite on time and cause that shortage, but we don't have such shortage. We make sure that everybody has all the services that they need right there. And in
Right.
terms of like the riverine areas now, we also spent monies in terms of having both an engine service where the
Mm.
nurses can go to do home visits for those persons who can't come out. So that is being offered in the riverine community, which I think is very commendable for the service that the health sector is offering in our region. And of course, we have, like I said, home visits to the ones that cannot come out.
Yeah. I noticed that you had the commissioner of police and several other high ranking police officials in region 2 recently having interactions with residents in on the naming. Can you talk to us a bit about that?
Well, of course, in on the Niemen, I must say, like any part of the world, you have areas that you have a bit of challenges in terms of escalation of crimes and whatever. And it
Right.
was when I took office, I was told that area, it's a delicate area where persons would come out and commit crime. We have seen a little for the past months, hence the business community called for, this intervention by the Ministry of Home
Home Affairs.
Affairs.
Right.
And he had engagement with residents and also the youth's participation in different activities rather than getting involved in crime. And I think this has brought some great relief to the residents there to have a more open mind and understanding that crime does not belong has to do with the police alone, but it has to do with community involvement, because of course if you keep tight lips on what is happening in your community, we cannot know how to help you. But
Right.
the kind of confidentiality that was needed in the police force, I think we're getting there, because sometimes persons were fearful when they make a complaint, they're being targeted. So
Right.
the commissioner hyped that, confidentiality will be in place for any sort of reporting, of any activity, illegal activity within the area.
Right.
And
Right.
also he engaged with the, think they have cricket and football activities for the youths in the area, which police are part of too.
Right. Now, I want to jump over to sport a bit. Uh, how is the stadium coming there at Anna Regina? And what is basically, you're on the ground every day. What is the feeling of the residents in Region 2 that they'll have this premier facility for use? Upcoming cricket matches can come, and I know cricket is a big thing in Essequibo. Cricket matches, international cricket matches can be hosted there in the future. What is the feeling of the people there? And give us a little update on the stadium's progress.
Of course, we had of course it was done in phases. So we had, with the ground is fully prepped with the grass, the type of grass that has to be there. It's already in place, the drainage system. Of course, the floodlight system is there already. And
Right.
we're at the stage where we're building the seating accommodation, the stand. So
Okay.
it's almost it's work ongoing, close to completion. So
Right.
we're hoping to have a completed stadium by next year. We were told that we're going to have the first female cricket tournament hosted
Nice.
there. So I must
Nice.
say
Nice.
also it has impacted the entire region in terms of persons we're building even more new hotels because persons see that when these activities come into the region, of course, we will have to have more accommodation. Hence the boost we see in the hotel industry also coming on
Right.
stream. So persons are very confident that, this will bring great economic development in our region.
Okay, so Chair, let's jump over to agriculture. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture has implemented various programs to support Region 2 farmers, or I should say the farming community in Region 2. Share with us some details on these initiatives and how they impact local farmers, particularly in accessing markets and technical assistance.
Well, of course, Cordell, agriculture too, it's also a huge driving force within our region. And
Right,
I want to take the opportunity to commend the agriculture minister for the tremendous work and the response we get in region 2 in terms of support.
right,
Every single outreach that we have and farmers come forward and relate, some challenges they have, the ministry always push to fix. So right now, we have a massive drainage system going on within the region. Requests were made in different communities for that service, for the farmlands to be in polder, land clearing, which the
right,
ministry has done. I want to highlight, like in the Dartmouth area, we have 300 and something acres that was cleared and open up to the farmers there. We also have in the mainstay area over 80 acres were done there. Farmers already in cultivation and they're producing, of course,
nice,
quality stuff. And they're also going into, some of the farmers are going into value added. As you know, when you produce from your farm, not only selling farm produce, the value added side of it, it's more money would be coming into the farmer's pocket. We
right,
also have a brand new agro-processing facility that was constructed right here in Anna Regina,
nice,
where the farmers can come with whatever agro-processing business they have and utilize the facility. It's fully equipped with all the equipment to reach international standard. So if a
right,
small farmer does not have the money to go into his own facility, he can use this as a startup to help him to reach to the level where he wants to go. And I think that is commendable. We have quite a few small farmers slash agro-processors utilizing same. It will be commissioned shortly, but we give them the go-ahead to get a feel of how it feels to work in a safe, clean, and hygienic environment.
nice. Now, Chair, talk to us a little about the aquaculture that's happening. I think it's in Mashabo.
It's Mashabo and Mainstay. That
Okay,
too is an economic activity and Kapui. It's an
Kapui.
you're right. So those villages, they're rearing their fishes and they're selling that bring economic relief to them in their villages. So that it's a huge project that the villagers are very, very grateful to the government for.
Mm,
I forgot to also mention on the agriculture Cordell with the massive interjection into the Pomeroon area where we had two excavators for the residents in the Pomeroon. And only 2 months ago, we had an additional two. So we now have four excavators in the Pomeroon helping the Pomeroon farmers in terms of empoldering their land. A lot of persons who had abandoned their farm, they're now back into cultivation. And
right,
also, we are helping the smaller farmers, the 5-acre farms, which the government has contracted private contractor to assist. So the development of farms in region 2, I must say, it's huge and it's commendable. And of course, the recent announcement of a vessel that would be taking produce from Guyana to the Caribbean. All the farmers are preparing for that. And you mentioned about training, we have the extension officers doing training of quality farm produce from farm to market. So they're getting the knowledge. We have, of course, collaboration with different agencies in terms of
Right.
training. So we had one recently, last 2 weeks ago, right in our boardroom, where we had the Women in Agriculture Forum. So, and the women, of course, RC2, it's uh, I start up the entrepreneurship with my agriculture produce, and I'm
Right.
doing
Right.
excellent. So I would normally share my experience with them. So they were high in praise for that, to give them that kind of motivation. So I
Yeah.
think we're safe in terms of agriculture. And of course, we have the intervention also of the shade house. So, sometimes we're challenged by the weather pattern. So that's a new initiative again with the Ministry of Agriculture to train farmers in shade house farming, and lots benefits so far.
Yeah. No, I know that the through the Ministry of Housing and Water slash GWI, there have been a lot of work to improve the potable water supply in the riverine areas in the Pomeroon and also on the coast. I think billions invested in a water treatment plant on the coast there. Talk to us a little bit about that and the kind of areas it will serve and the amount of persons that will benefit from this new facility.
Well, of course, from GWI standpoint, too, we are very grateful for the initiative because, like in the riverine area, when the weather is very dry, it is
Right.
challenging to access water. Hence, we saw the intervention of wells being dug. We have completed 4 thus far.
Right.
We have in the lower Pomeroon, we have the Hackney area, Friendship area, and of course we have Marlborough they're drilling at, and we will have St. John, and in the upper Pomeroon also, they're working there. So as we speak, works are ongoing. Hence, we have 4 already completed, and residents are benefiting because we have the big challenge with the dry season. And on the coast, we have the new water treatment plant on the Niemen that is, it's supposed to be handed over at the end of this month. Because,
Okay.
of course, we had, it was delayed by, I think it's 2 months because, the experience we had with the COVID situation and the shipping delay. And so the contractor had
Right.
some delay. However, the last update I got only yesterday is that they're doing trial testing before they handing over. So that will, the persons in the south end will be getting treated water for the Christmas season. And of course, on this northern end, because of delay, the
Mm.
new well will start in March of next year, but that contract was already advertised. So we're expecting the startup for the new section by March of next year.
Yeah.
So I think the entire region would be safe in terms of water because of course we run a lot of new pipelines. The pipelines had to, you had to change the pipelines, the existing pipelines. So we have new pipelines already installed. So
Right.
we will see the relief of clean, potable water in the homes for the Christmas season from the southern end of Region 2.
Right. Now, Chair, I know that Essequibo has a lovely tourism product, and you guys have been working to develop that even further. Talk to us about tourism in Essequibo, where it is now and where it's heading in the future.
Well, Curtis, I must say, only is it 2 months ago they had an election where they elected the regional chair to serve as the president of the tourism association in the region,
Okay.
which I was a bit reluctant to take the position. However, I see the potential for tourism in our region, and I took up the mantle. And I must say, I have a good team. It is 11 of us, and we're working daily. We're putting all the programs in place, what we want to see happening for tourism in the region. And of course, we're looking at the tourism hotspots. So
Right.
we're new in a sense of getting au fait with all the hotspots that we can highlight, but you will see shortly because today is our deadline. We're mapping the entire region from Supanam right into the Pomeroon to highlight where and where would be some tourist sites. Of
Right.
course, we have the lakes, which is already established, and we're looking at road linkage because they're already connected by trail, but we are looking at the possibility of widening that trail that you could have hiking through the connection for the different lakes. Because I think that from Mashabo to Bethany, that trail exists, and from Bethany to Kapui, it exists. So we'll have all. So when tourists come and they want to see that nature, feel that nature. And I tell you, I went through it. And that feeling of that fresh oxygen that you get through going through those trails,
Right.
you could come to Region 2 just to do deep breathing and taking in some healthy oxygen. I can tell you that.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Chair, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to talk to us this morning and give us some update on what's happening in Region 2. As I said before, definitely a lot happening. You, your RU, and the rest of the team down there at the RDC doing a phenomenal job in terms of managing the region and ensuring that all sectors benefit from development. Any final words before you go?
Well, I must say, yes, I would like to highlight my team. We have a very supportive team. And, myself being in the leadership, I don't have differences where it comes to religion, ethnicity, or your political affiliation. I work with everyone because
Right,
I know Guyana belongs to us. And I want to take this opportunity to thank and to commend my regional vice chairman, our REO, our supportive counselors who work assiduously with us. And of course, we work with our business community and everyone at large in Region 2, our farmers, our fisher folk. We lend ear to everyone. No one can say, well, they're being sidelined or whatever. If you want to not to move forward, you choose to do that by not reaching out to us. But
right.
we're all open to the development and the transformation of our beautiful region. And we have a very, very supporting government. I must commend them for the tremendous job, not only for Region 2, but the entire country. Sometimes you don't see me openly share it because I said it is so much that persons are seeing from the time you come into Supanam, you can
Yeah,
feel, you can smell, and you can see development. And
yeah.
that's what I'm proud of.
Chair, one thing before you go, I didn't ask you about housing. I know the ministry would have had, I think, a dream realized activity in the region where some house lots were allotted and also some steel and cement subsidies. They were disbursed as well. Our Guyanese in Region 2 happy with the progress the housing ministry is making in terms of making lots available in the region and assistance as well to build?
Of course, they are happy. Of course, because this never happened in the history of Guyana where you have so much of support in the different sectors.
Yeah,
So I think they're very happy for the kind of support. And of course, when we took office, I could recall every single day persons used to flood the office in terms of my house lot. And I, apply so long because of course they had some confusion where one house lot was sold twice and all these things. So all those things had to be corrected. But I'm thankful that right now lots of persons have their title with the new scheme area. Of course, what I like about the new system.
mm.
In the past, when persons hear that this area is earmarked for a housing scheme, they go to squat
Oh
and they
boy.
disrupt the infrastructural work. However, they have to understand now with the new system on with our government, you ha- as you have to wait until the infrastructural work is completed in terms
Right.
of putting in the roads, the pipelines of water, and stuff like that.
Right,
Hence,
right.
that part is delayed a bit because, of course, you have to put in the infrastructure work probably in phases. So we have a little delay there, but the work is ongoing, where
Uh-huh.
we have the development of the infrastructural part in the new schemes that will be open up shortly. Because
Right.
we already addressed some persons had application from since 2006. We are in 2020 now. So
Nice.
all those persons who made their application before, they're already covered and have their transport in their hands. And that is what we're very grateful for too as a region.
Nice, nice. Chair, again, thank you for being here. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and I do hope to have you on the program sometime soon, talking more about the
Oh,
development in the region there.
yes, Cordell, it would always be a pleasure, and it was a pleasure talking to you too.
Take care.
Thank you.
So that was regional chairperson for region number 2, Velma De Silva, giving you the 411 on what's happening in region 2. So I noticed in the comments, and like I say to persons, I don't like to get my guests involved in my shenanigans. I noticed in the comments somebody telling me that Dexter's here, but I don't know which comment is Dexter on. But Dexter, partner, you should thank me for highlighting how you are treated when you're outside of GCOM, so that all those persons came out with you last Tuesday. That's what you should be doing here. Dexter, could we call the regional chairman for Region 2 under the coalition administration, and they give us that type of information we got from Chairperson De Silva of all the development happening in Region 2? Can we do that? Can we call the current mayor of Georgetown, right, and ask him to tell us about what development is happening in the capital city through the mayor and city council? The stuff the chairman spoke about, majority of it coming through the RDC to the residents of Region 2. Can you bring the, or not even the former chairman of Region 2, the former REO of Region 2? What was his name? Oh gosh. Tall guy, I can't remember his name. But bring him and let him explain to us the development in Region 2 during his tenure. All those things that Ms. De Silva would have highlighted, from education to agriculture to healthcare to tourism, infrastructure, everything. That's what we'll wait on, Dexter, right? You bring the former REO for Region 2. What was his name by? And to tell you, I work with this guy a little bit, you know. No, not Dennis Jaikaran. Not Dennis Jaikaran. He may have came in after. They had another guy, Rupert Hopkinson. Bring Rupert Hopkinson or Dennis Jaikaran, right? And let them tell us, or let them contrast what we just heard from the regional chairman and contrast it to their tenure in office. That's what we're interested in, Dexter. Right? We're interested in your comments in the comment section here. Right? And Dexter, check out tomorrow to see if you see Nigel Hughes on the protest. Because I'm saying to you, despite he sent out Cathy, remember he sent out Cathy last week. I'm saying to you, Dexter, that Nigel Hughes will never come out there and support you on that protest line at GCOM. Right, brother? So let me see if I could bring out let me see if I could bring out. I wish I could see comments. I could know what he's saying. I wish. Don't worry with Dexter. Don't worry with Dexter. This is the only showtime Dexter get it. You don't even get his watch recognition in the PNC. Fuad Khan, look what Fuad trying to get me to do. I highly doubt he'd do it. I highly doubt it, but I will try. I will definitely try. Right? what we should do is try to get the mayor. So we get somebody from the PNC side and have somebody from the one of the PVV councillors, and we talk about issues, and we hear both sides of the coin, right? We gonna work on that. We gonna work on that for next week. We completely booked out for this week in terms of interviews. Well, definitely Sharadi gonna come on this program, brother. Don't know. Definitely not. He's not gonna do that. But we're gonna work to see if we get me a mentor, right? We also have coming up this week the Honorable Minister of Tourism Industry and Commerce, Onij Walran, who will be joining us to talk a bit about Guy Expo, what you can expect, and what's going to be happening down there at Guy Expo 2024. She will be joined by the public relations officer for the Ministry of Tourism, Industry, and Commerce, Mr. Courdel Jones, and they will be accompanied by the Guy Expo team. So the organizing team there at Guy Expo, along with the subject minister and the public relations officer, they'll be on the show on Wednesday to give us a full rundown on what's happening for Guy Expo 2024. I really enjoyed Guy Expo back in the day. I still do. I still do. So I'm looking forward to see what's on the cards in relation to that. And then on Thursday, we have none other than Mr. Erin Ward, Prime Minister's representative for Region 7. So he'll be taking us through the paces in relation to what's happening there in Region 7, all the development, all the infrastructure, healthcare, education, part-time jobs, tourism, whatever it is, Region 7 will be hearing from Mr. Ward. And then on Friday, we'll be coming to you live from Linden at the Dream Realized activity, which will be happening on Friday of this week in Region 10. And we're supposed to be having the Honorable Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, Minister Susan Rodriguez, on the program as well, talking to us about what's been happening in the region, the Dream Realized activity on the day itself, and how the ministry is moving forward with housing development in Region 10, right? So a lot to look out for this week. Tomorrow we're supposed to be having some councillors from the mayor and city council. I'm not sure which two should be here, but we'll be working on that. Dexter Ford, if you're interested in being on the program and talking about your biometrics and all these things that you clearly don't know much about, but Parrot and Aubrey Norton and them, because you hear them say it, I'd love to have you on the program and we could have a friendly debate on why sensible people think biometrics is not a big issue now, given the checks and balances already in the GCOM system, right, Dex? So send me a text, Dex, and let me know if I could schedule you sometime next week. And Dexter, you should protest City Hall for the condition with the garbage around the capital city. I just saw some. Let me show you. Instead of Dexter protest this, Dexter protesting GCOM. The garbage in the capital city is the responsibility of City Hall. And instead of Dexter and his team, yeah, come on down, Dexter. The price is right. Come on down. Instead of Dexter and his team protest this, they're in front of GCOM making themselves complete fools. This is why people elected you to council, Dexter. They wanted you to deal with these issues in the capital city. Look at this. Our capital city, where all the expats and the foreigners coming through every day. This is how Dexter Ford, Alfred Mentor, Denise Miller, Garraway, I call it the names I remember. I know all of them. Ellis and Ital, right? The PNC councillors, Ital. This is how they got the capital city. And Dexter making himself an idiot in front of GCOM every Tuesday. What you should do every Tuesday, Dexter, what you should do every Tuesday, Dexter, is get that crew. Get some garbage bags. I said, y'all buy some garbage bags to y'all, and y'all go and clean up the capital city every Tuesday. Go in a different area every Tuesday, and y'all clean up. Go and do that every Tuesday instead of wasting your time in the sun there. Right? Claudette Singh is not going anywhere. Y'all can't make Claudette Singh go anywhere. Claudette Singh was duly and correctly appointed as the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission. Right? And the commission got commissioners to decide how the commission is going forward in terms of the elections in this country. Right? The verification process of persons taking part in the elections in this country. They in charge. Leave them alone. Let them do the work. Right? Let them do the work. So Dexter, you go and clean up. Stop outside the GCOM making yourself a fool. Frying the little brains you have. Well, we know you really got much. I wish I could have seen which comments was his own. I wish I could have seen. What Facebook doing to me? And I did see a comment that I know was his. Dexter said again this morning to us, 800 million for Brutus and 100,000 for the regular Guyanese. Idiot. Is the government giving Brutus, or did the government give Brutus a $800 million cash grant, one-off cash grant? Was that Brutus's one-off cash grant? How stupid can you be? What kind of comparison is that, Dexter? You're giving people with Dexter a bad name. Usually the people who name Dexter, they're intelligent people. Dexter Todd, Dexter's Laboratory. But you, Dexter, your stupidity is unfathomable, my brother. Did the government give Brutus a one-off $800 million cash grant? How can you compare the two? Idiot. And people tell me don't get abusive on the program. But the level of stupidity that is exhibited by people like Dexter Ford is sickening. It's sickening. How stupid could you be? How stupid could you be that you're comparing somebody who is before the courts for alleged misconduct in public office and whatever charges they got against him, who went and registered business in his name, his wife's name, his child name, and do whatever they do? How are you comparing that to a government one-off cash grant? I don't even, man, look. And you know, as I don't know who's saying this, but as this person say, Dexter will go and collect his 100,000 and sit quietly in a car, you know. Quietly in a car now. I am saying this, I'm putting this to all the PNC people. All the PNC people, all the PNC people who are against this $100,000 cash grant. I am saying y'all don't collect it. Don't collect it. Leave it with the government. Leave it in the government coffers. Y'all don't collect it. Don't collect it. Or do a video you're collecting it and handing it back to the people who shared it out. Do something like don't collect it. Aubrey, Sherrod, well, Rickford ain't gonna come back because the police gonna hold you. They're looking for you. Melly ain't gonna come back now either. But the people who were here, Nigel, look, people, I got. Let me stop with nonsense. I out to here. I can see y'all tomorrow. Y'all continue to be good Guyanese. And as I normally say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.